Good evening, and welcome to Apocalypse Cinema. And by apocalypse, I mean we are in an apocalypse right now. Isolated at home, and it's crazy. I got Alex. I got Cornbread over here.
Hey.
He's isolated in a cabin in the woods.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Hey, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else to be isolated. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm kind of more in that setting than you are, actually.
Very, very true. Very true.
But, yeah, I've got just using the Apocalypse Cinema. Just kind of fun. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. No, I gotta love it.
It's
Gotta
fun.
love it.
Can we, will this go? Yeah. Okay, there's both of us right there. So, blood. Talking a while back about the next things we were going to do.
Oh, yeah.
And, because we're talking Giallo the last time. Giallo.
Giallo. Gotta love Italian
Yeah.
cinema.
The blood, especially, they love it. So we wanted to talk about the blood, cinematic blood, especially.
Yeah.
Goes way back. What I was talking about is like going way back. We're talking about the Grand Guignol in Paris, France, in the early 1900s, where they would do live stage blood, lots of violence and things like that. So that was live, so it had to look good to the audience who was right there. They used carmine pigment, glycerol, and methyl cellulose to thicken. I don't know if they had the methyl cellulose back then. Maybe that was an adjustment to the formula. But we're going to be sharing lots of recipes for blood, from Italy to New Zealand. No, they should have their own blood. Peter Jackson, I think.
Yeah, orc blood. I mean,
orc blood.
Got different blood colors from all those movies. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, no, actually, we're not going to get into the green blood. We're just going to go with red blood for this one. That's the next show.
Yeah.
Green blood. And
all the different blood colors of the rainbow. The bloody rainbow.
Exactly. But the interesting thing about blood, let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Oh, yes. Take a passage through time.
What is blood? I mean,
it's H2O, right? Part of a lot of water.
A lot of water. You got this. What you have also in the blood is the plasma that does not have the white cells or the red blood cells, right? All that stuff. But apparently the plasma might be able to be used in this current coronavirus to take from people that have recovered or not had bad symptoms. You could just take the plasma part of it.
Kind of like how they're trying to fix AIDS by just doing like blood transfusions.
That's right. Exactly. It's blood transfusion time. Yeah. And in cinema, there have been some good blood transfusions.
Oh, yes.
Let me just lift that up. Hope I'm getting through. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There have been several. You can hear me, though, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then there's no problem there. Okay, good. There have been several blood transfusions. I'm trying to think of one. It's usually not in a horror movie, but it's like someone good doing trying to save their kid's life or something. And
last one I can remember from this little show, Doctor Who spinoff called Torchwood. And it was the last season called Miracle Day. And they had to use a blood transfusion to save literally the planet. So a little sci-fi there with that one.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
And blood is a metaphor, is just the liquid of life, pretty much. I mean, water is the liquid of life. We did a show on water like earlier.
Already. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Go back. It's really good. But blood, in horror means usually someone got cut. Their life blood is running out of them.
They're wilting away, yes.
And it shows, and of course, there's vampires sucking the blood. And vampires, youth, right.
Yeah.
Sucking youth out of people. Yeah. It's always the beautiful young girl who gets sucked in the neck.
I want to see a modern day Dracula, but where it's a beautiful young guy getting his blood sucked by a babe vampire. I think that'd be pretty good.
Count Succula?
I like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Countess.
Make it a little pulpy, yeah.
Countess Succula.
There we go.
You're talking about it's a woman for the Me Too generation.
Well, not for Me Too. I just think it'd be a nice twist, you know? Kind of like Frankenhooker without all the sex work, you know?
All right, I can deal with it, yeah. Excuse my giant microphone here. It's my pet caterpillar. Yeah. Anyway, it's good mic. Yeah. So to sound good here, I have. Anyway, you would normally in a bad movie you'd see this
hanging, right from the top.
So I guess I can do that. But
gotta wonder if a script supervisor AD was just screaming "boom" and shot the entire scene.
That's right, boom and shot, or biss, as I'd like to say.
Yeah, biss.
Yeah, abyss. Blood. And we usually think of it as red, but we're going to go over that. And I think let's go to the origins of blood in cinema. Goes way back when pre-code, as everyone knows. We'll drop this number on you youngsters and uninformed older people.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't really know about the code. Production code.
I think so. Obviously you do because you're a cinephile and you know.
A student of film, yeah. Gotta know about film history if you want to be a student of film.
All right, of course. But there was the Hays Code, which is basically one nerd dude in a room and saying,
asshole. No. I think we should call him an asshole.
I think so.
Yeah.
Although it was interesting what it did, with art, you have to adapt. So there were some clever script changes and so forth that they had to go around, so they'd insinuate things.
A lot of insinuation, yep.
Although the pre-code stuff was like, whoa, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Scarface or was that Jimmy Cagney?
Jimmy Cagney. Oh, yep. Yeah.
Incredible. That's a pre-code.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just really brutal. Gangster shootings in the street, and Jimmy Cagney is basically brought home. His corpse is brought home.
Yeah.
And just like a mummy, and he just falls flat on his face. And it's really horrifying. Of course, the other thing that they are prevented is sex.
Yeah. And blood.
Lady bits and blood. That's right. That's true. So you'll see in a lot of early films, not only did they not have the techniques, but a lot of people in film noir in that era, there's no blood.
They get shot, they fall over. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what?
There's supposed to be like a huge plume of blood flying out, an explosion.
Yeah, nope, not here. Although, I guess we can get to that next. When you say a plume or an explosion, we want to talk about when it kind of came back. But anyway, in Roberto Rossellini's Rome Open City, which was made in 1945, while Italy was still at war, a resistance leader is graphically tortured to death, his body covered in blood. Of course, that Hays Code was American, so the Italians could still do that stuff at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you had died for a moment, or the connection went bad. Good, he's good. He's good. Oh yeah, and then actually, Jules Dassin's 1947 Prison Revolt film, Brute Force. There's a lot of gunning down in that. So what happens is between what is this, like 1930s to 1960s, basically.
Yeah.
The Hays Code prevented a lot of sex and violence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was the big factor that happened when the Hays Code was abolished? You know, well, what happened? Why did it get abolished? Why don't we still have the Hays Code today? Right?
Well, it basically was ratings.
Yeah.
So you put a rating on it. Now you can show blood only if you say that it's for adults. So that was basically the reason. And that's what the industry came up with. It's like, okay, what not urban cowboy, for God's sake, but Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy, yep.
Got an X rating. And so then I think they were just feeling their way through the whole thing.
Yeah, figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember there was like, so it was PG, but then there was like MP and GP and all these weird.
And then once Steven Spielberg came around, we got the infamous PG-13.
Oh, that's right, PG-13, which is just enough to not be an R, because R is a huge in the film industry. R is a big jump. Not a lot of R movies.
Can't market to kids when you're an R movie.
That's right. That's right.
Except, interestingly enough, Deadpool, I think, had a lot of kids coming to theaters, but a lot of people walking out, too.
Oh, they did have... Did you see the like the edited version? The nice, easy teenage version? Yep. Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was pretty funny, because it's, there's good humor in it. But
oh, yeah, great humor.
But they cut down the amount of blood and sexy time.
Oh, yeah.
Which was not that much, actually, of that. But blood.
Mainly plenty. Swearing, gore,
yeah. Hell of a lot of swearing.
Yes.
A lot of
foul mouth, man.
Yeah. That was a good movie, though. He gets shot right in the anus.
Mm-hmm.
Which is always a good thing. Blood. That's what we're talking about. So I want to bring it up, and then we can talk more about blood. But when you think about Hollywood blood, you think about Arthur Penn and Peckinpah. You think about Bonnie and Clyde.
Yep.
Riddled with bullets. Lots of squibs. And that was kind of, I think, and of course, Wild Bunch.
Oh my God.
Peckinpah. I mean, a freaking Gatling gun, just tearing people in half,
mowing them down. Yeah,
in slow motion yet. Well, Bonnie and Clyde, did they have slow mo?
I don't think it was slow motion.
No,
there were
a
lot of squibs.
There was a lot. Yeah, they just.
It just went on for a while. Like they were literally held up by the gunshots.
Yeah, and the really effective thing about that is they had the car too to reflect the bullets, hitting the glass and the metal, and that's all.
Although you would think a lot more in the face would happen, but
maybe they didn't want to go there. It's pretty hard to do that. Anyway. But so those are two of the Hollywood pioneers in the use of buckets of blood.
Yes.
Wild Bunch, my dad took us to see that. I think I was probably 10 or something, and I loved it. My dad loved it too. That's why he loves that stuff. Blood sport. He loves blood sport.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So he knows entertainment. So Wild Bunch is crazy. Now, so I wanted to go back to this, but Kurosawa, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yojimbo and Sanjuro, 1962. So that's if historically, if you go back, where did the arterial spray start? Sanjuro, 1962.
Yep.
When one samurai cuts into the heart of another, and it's over so fast. It's like this Sanjuro, he just raises his sword, and then it's a quick, and then it's just
Yeah.
super explosion. And so they were experimenting with different techniques. There was obviously pressurized hose filled with blood just shooting out from him. So there was probably a hose running down the guy's leg, and that's what she said. And I don't. But yeah, the blood spraying out. Squibs are basically little packets of blood that you would attach to a plate. So it's like a little firecracker, basically. And then you get a condom, fill that with blood.
Metal sheet.
Like I have one here. I don't, but that's what you do. And little electronic ignition. Sends a charge. Boom. That's what the modern stuff is. So when I talk about blood, you talk about in the black and white era, the major component of that was chocolate syrup. Hence, Psycho, chocolate syrup.
Run down the drain, yep.
That's right. And that was just, I think, some Hershey's chocolate syrup.
Yeah, just guy squeezing a bottle over the drain.
Pretty much, yeah. He got union rate for that, too.
As he should have, as he deserved.
As he deserved, yep. But chocolate syrup is dark, and it's got a pretty decent texture. However, you put that on color film, and people are going to be like, what the hell? Chocolate syrup. It's not blood. So I had to come up with some new formulations. For the color stock, right? Technicolor is going to read different than, I love the Technicolor blood. It just looks really great just because of the reds are.
It pops well.
It pops really nicely, yeah. But, now in the digital age, it's a bit different. But just let's go to a couple of recipes here. Hammer blood. Okay, so Hammer Films, well known for their zillion Dracula, Frankenstein, horror films in general. They had a certain look for their blood, I would say. And they had plenty of use for it, too, because Dracula, you got blood.
Yeah, you got it coming down the cheek. You got it on the victim's neck.
Maybe the breast of a woman.
Oh, of course, yep. That's where the most ripe blood is, according to most vampires from that era.
Well, right. And then they would once in a while show an actual stake impalement.
Oh, my God, yes.
Which was very nice. So let's go through it. I don't have these ingredients, so I'm not going to make this because it's the Brits, so they have all this weird stuff. They have golden syrup. I don't even know.
How's that? You melt down gold, mix it with sugar?
I don't.
Crazy guys across the drink.
Some kind of syrup. They use some water. I'm going to post these on the Facebook page and
make them at home. Scare your friends.
Scare your friends. So if you want to try these, I will post these. 10 teaspoons of red food coloring. Always got the food coloring. A few drops of blue. A few drops of yellow to taste. 10 tablespoons of corn flour and mint flavoring to taste. So this was an edible formula. Not all of them were, but that's the Hammer blood. This golden syrup is thick, and then they just added food coloring, and then the corn flour, I think, gave it that a little richness. So
yeah, a little less like water, more viscular,
more viscous.
Viscous, that's it. Yep.
Viscular. Okay, sorry. Vascular.
Vascular,
Has to do
viscular,
with blood.
vascous, viscous. It's all the
The
same.
vascular system. That's true. So this is interesting. In Hollywood blood, Peckinpah and Herschel Gordon Lewis, basically the Wizard of Gore. Did he just die?
Pretty recently, yeah.
Okay. Just red dye and kaopectate.
Kaopectate. What is kaopectate?
Isn't that a use that if you can't go to the bathroom, or if you
Oh,
does it loosen you up or does it tighten you up? I forget. Kaopectate. I forget. It's one of the two. It's like
it
a
is. I'm sure the actors that may have
laxative, right?
ingesting it would not want to.
This would not be one that you would want to ingest.
Well, just in case they accidentally do,
Yeah.
you might want a warning.
Okay. So warning, use a kaopectate. It does one or the other. I think it's a turbo lax. Sam Raimi, Evil Dead fame, uses
In Spider-Man, a lot of people know him from Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he doesn't use much blood in Spider-Man.
There's the great scene where they're at dinner and Norman Osborn licks some blood off of like Peter, and he says like, "Oh, it's cranberry sauce,"
Oh,
but he knows
okay.
it's blood because it's a little cat and mouse there.
Oh, yeah, but not like Evil Dead.
Well, yes, not well. Evil Dead uses also more than just blood. There's a lot of goo,
That's true. But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
mainly in the sequels, yeah.
like a fire hose full of blood in
Oh my
Evil
gosh,
Dead.
coming out of the walls.
The wall, right? That was really great. So here you go, kids. 6 pints. Well, this is if you want to make like a gallon of this stuff.
Well, you'd want to.
You'd want to. 6
Put
pints corn syrup, and we're gonna actually do some live blood mixing today, and I'll smear some on my face, maybe put some in my mouth, whatever. 6 pints of corn syrup, 1 pint non-dairy creamer, a pint of red food coloring, and 1 drop of blue food coloring. So just a little hint of blue.
A drop to a pint, is that even? Does that even make a difference?
For those who are doing color mixing, they would say yes.
Fair enough. What do I know about that? I'm just.
Yeah, I'm really bad at color mixing because I'm kind of color confused.
Color confused? You're not colorblind, just color confused.
Yeah, I can't identify colors well. So don't ask me to judge any color. Tom Savini, famous for his work in Maniac Cop. Was that Maniac Cop or Maniac? Or both.
Both, yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, of course, real famous early work, and several other films.
Oh yeah. If you like a movie with blood in it, Tom Savini probably touched it. At least from the more modern era. Yeah.
He used to be a photographer, right, in Vietnam, and he saw the real thing. I think that's why he puts attention to detail, especially when people are eviscerated, torn in half. He does a good job of that. Here we go. Savini, Caro syrup. I'm actually going to do the Savini blood tonight. It's edible, but it may stain your skin, kids.
Well, your skin will grow out. You'll lose that skin. It'll go eventually.
That's true. Caro syrup. There's no quantities here, so we'll mix up a batch.
Gotta eyeball it.
Yeah, Caro syrup, red food color, a little yellow, a little green, and then add dish soap to prevent beading. So you don't want that beading blood to bead up. So we're going to make that a little later. Okay, the actual Savini recipe, which was derived from the famous Exorcist makeup dude Dick Smith, was this has some quantities. A quart of clear corn syrup, a tablespoon of methyl paraben. This one is not edible. 2 ounces of powdered red food color, 5 teaspoons. See, I'm bad with baking too. Powdered yellow food color, 2 ounces of Kodak Photo-Flo. That's poisonous. You don't want to drink it.
And yeah, do not eat that.
2 ounces of water. Yeah. So that's that one. I don't know. Should we mix some up and then get back?
Mix some up and eat it?
Well, no. I mean, just the Savini method. Okay, hold on.
You know, we've been talking so much blood. I'm sure the viewers want us to be showing all that blood.
All right. I'm going to take out my fancy background. I'm going to switch to my overhead camera because we're so fancy. I'm going to switch over to a full screen of this. Okay, so what we got here, table. Okay, so I've got, let's do it this way, light corn syrup, which is basically clear corn syrup. It's the signature. It's the signature brand because, I'm a shopper, a penny saving shopper.
It's all sweet. It doesn't matter, right?
I paid a little more for this. This is
for the Karo.
Well, yeah, I wanted to try out an actual dark syrup and see how that worked.
Yeah, probably way less red. Probably a lot of red and yellow.
We'll see. I have here some fricking dish soap, whatever. And then
a little bit of Dawn, yeah.
And then I've got red food coloring and yellow, blue, and green.
Can I use that green?
No, but I'm just have it. It just came in a 4-pack.
Could have just set it aside, you know?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Get it out of here.
Okay, yeah. I probably won't use the blue. I don't know, maybe a drop. So, yeah, you know what? Because I'm always shopping for the best deals. You could buy like individual bottles, like for $3 or something like that. And if I wanted to get 3 colors, of course, that would be like $9 plus tax. But then they had this little combo pack of smaller ones. It was like $2.50 for all 4. So forget you, people. Look for the value.
Gotta save.
Looks like a little gnome.
I think it looks like a little bit of a drop of blood that would be like running down someone, you know?
I think so. Let's try. I didn't get 2 bowls. Damn. Okay. So let's try the clear first. Oh, great. I didn't pre-open.
Did I take off all the packaging?
Yeah, son of a. I did it on the other one. Here, let's people look at you for a while I'm doing this. You're on. You got anything?
How's it going, everyone?
Entertaining there.
I can't juggle, so can't do that. I'm sorry, but
you juggalo.
I'm not gonna juggalo. I don't like juggalos.
Yeah, that's not a good crowd.
You know what? No, I do not want to anger. I respect the juggalo community, but
you don't want
I don't vibe. I just don't vibe. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say they're meth heads, you know. Some of them are respectful business people, you know. It's just they like to dress up in makeup and listen to ICP.
Okay. Insane clown posse for those uninformed. Okay, so I'm going to do a little corn syrup here. I'm just going to do just that amount, which is exactly a 1/4 cup. I don't know what it is. What do I know?
You just eyeball it, you know.
I'm eyeballing it.
You can eyeball anything.
This is a little red.
Now, do you have a little toothpick or a spoon to be mixing this up in?
No, of course not. I'm so ill prepared. Let me get something though. Let's see. How about a pencil?
Yeah, pen would work. Just anything to be mixing that up.
This already is looking kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And it's got some good weight to it. You can see that though it gets subdued as you mix it in.
So you probably need to add some of that dish soap.
Not yet. I just want to get a nice, good red. Like how much red, right? So we go redder.
It's very deep red.
Profundo rosso, as Argento. You know, have you seen Profondo Rosso?
I don't think I've seen that.
It's deep red in Italian.
Yeah, deep red. I've not seen that one. It's on my list, but I've not seen it.
Oh, that's right. You somehow haven't seen Argento films. Now,
I haven't seen a lot of films.
A lot of films.
There's a lot of films that exist. Cut me some slack. Can't see them all.
I don't know. I still want more, because that's the way I am.
You might just want to do half the bottle right in there.
Yeah, I think we're getting there though. It's pretty good. So there's a little reflection that's making it look lighter than it is. So it's just as a little tiny test.
Looks like it's clumping up a little too. Oh my God. You okay, Rob? You cut yourself?
Ah, that's pretty good. Let me go to the better camera. Let's see. Is this?
Oh yeah, that looks convincing.
That is pretty good, isn't it?
That looks like you got bit by a bat.
Oh God, that's not a good thing these days.
Oh yeah. Well, just as long as you don't eat the bat, you'll be fine.
True. I'm liking that. I don't know. It depends on the lighting. Obviously, if we want to have good control, but like if I just did this.
Oh my God.
No. That's pretty good. I like it, don't you?
Oh yeah. I like the way it's dripping down. You know, it's not too runny, but it's got some weight to it. Yeah.
That has a good cinematic feel, and with my deathly pale skin.
Oh yeah, and some of the drips at the end of your hand is getting caught up in the light. You can see a little. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow. So as you can see, kiddies, little Caro syrup. To me, this kind of looks like a hammer blood. Just with that real bright, but it's probably the camera and
the camera lighting,
automatic lighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
it's all gonna be relevant. Oh my God!
If I came in and said I cut my hand, you'd probably believe me.
Yes.
And now I can't touch anything.
Well, just lick your fingers, right? It's just corn syrup and food coloring.
Oh boy, yeah. So you could put it on your face.
Cut yourself shaving.
Yeah, I cut myself badly.
Just a little. Just nicked it, botched a little bit. Or maybe you're eating some sort of creature, or animal, human, maybe.
I guess we need more dripping or something. You know, this looks like I had a cherry pie.
Oh yeah. Did someone leave a pie on the sill?
What? Okay.
Oh, look at that. Wipes a little bit of staining, but it kind of wipes right off.
Kind of wipes off. No, it's a good formula. Spend the whole show on this, but now it's stuck.
Sticky, gets sticky. That's the one problem. Doing this outside, you're probably going to attract a lot of flies after it's been sitting in the hot sun for a while.
Take this. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. How do I look?
Less bloody, just more like you got. Looks like you got a lot of TP on your hands. You know what I mean?
That's people are going to come over here and demand paper towels. By the way.
Yeah,
Got no
gotta use
toilet
those
paper.
sparingly. Oh my god.
I still got some there. So, benefit of the Karo syrup is obviously it's edible. And so here, you want to put some on you?
I sadly did not get enough materials and enough time to be making blood, and I do not have the setup to be shown how to making blood. Okay. But if I was there, I'd go. I'd pour that over my head like Carrie, you know.
By the way, yeah, there was a story about Carrie, and I think the thing was because that was maybe a Karo syrup based, a sugar based, that she let it kind of stay there for a long time, and what happens is the sugar will solidify and turn into like a candy shell, and it's very uncomfortable. So
yes, probably start looking more cracky than
yeah, because she was a dedicated actress. She wanted to maintain the integrity of the blood, the continuity.
Gotta respect that.
I respect that very much. Yeah. So it's very sticky because my hands are like sticking together.
Oh my gosh.
So my notes sticking. Yeah. So what else were we? The thing, and we did the censorship. Did you, Jimbo? We did Hammer, Hollywood, Sam Raimi. That's it. See you later.
Now, why don't you talk about some of your favorite moments in cinema history that include blood, like your favorite scenes, you know?
Well,
we could talk about CGI blood too.
Yeah, definitely CGI blood. But I think Evil Dead is really a fun blood movie just because of the quantity.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's really like a fire hose.
Even in the 2013 remake, when it was raining blood, that's gallons.
Oh yeah.
Gallons upon gallons upon gallons.
I don't know how you feel about Blade, but I thought that the water sprinklers in the disco.
See, I never got to see. I am still on my list. Good old Wesley Snipes.
It's a good one. I like it. I know there'll be people that say, "Please, Blade." It doesn't. I'm not a comic book purist kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They might say that he's not enough like the comic book character. Whatever. There was a lot of blood coming out of the ceiling, and people got bit, and then Blade comes in and kicks vampire ass. That's all you need to know. Of course, the Hammer films are some of my earliest memories of cinema blood. So I always appreciate those. What else specifically for blood? I would have to say, of course, there's Peter Jackson.
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive. Probably might have more than even Evil Dead.
Yeah, literally the whole mansion coated.
Yeah, the lawnmower scene, that has a lot of blood in it.
Oh yeah.
I gotta respect that. But I really do love a good arterial spray. So
oh my god,
yeah, the samurai films.
Kill Bill. Crazy 88 fight, Kill Bill. That's crazy. That's a lot of blood. They literally had to turn it black and white so that they can get past censors and not get an NC-17 rating. That's how much blood was there.
I just read that. That's interesting why he went there. I thought it was just a pretentious Tarantino move.
No.
Yeah. Well, he definitely is a derivative user of the arterial spray.
Oh yeah, and even his squibs, always a nice meaty squib. Like in Django Unchained, all of those shots. Oh my God, gotta love it all.
Yeah. Not as big a fan of Tarantino, but
The blood,
the blood. Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the blood alone, he
Sure.
uses blood beautifully.
Yeah, I gotta say, he uses a nice blood.
And
And then,
especially,
yeah.
like you think back, I know you're not a fan of Trauma either, but Terra
Well,
Firmer. You see Terra Firmer?
no.
There's a scene where a guy gets eaten by an escalator, and it's just like literally like a wood chipper spraying out blood for like it feels like 5 minutes, and he's
Nice.
just sitting there like, oh, it's just so I can't even imagine how much blood they use for that. It's
All right.
great.
I appreciate that. Nice use of blood. Yeah, Herschel Gordon Lewis, the Wizard of Gore, really started off because he was 60s, right? I mean, he started off
Yeah,
really early.
65.
Yeah, that's pretty
63, I
bad.
think it was for Blood Feast.
Yeah, Blood Feast. Wow. So that predated Bonnie and Clyde by a couple of years, and there was some blood there.
Oh yeah.
Some cutting, some dismemberment, I think.
Some
Right?
eating of the blood too. Yeah.
Eating. Right. Just incredible. The Wizard of Gore.
Oh,
Check
yeah.
him out, Herschel Gordon Lewis.
Yeah, everything that he's inspired too. Like, it's part of the Blood Feast franchise, but Blood Diner. I love the use of blood in that,
Blood
and just
Diner.
the dismemberment. Yeah, it's very
Blood
fun.
Diner. That is a great
Yeah.
film. I saw that. I really liked Blood Diner. Also, not a lot of blood, but Starleaf, a movie I just saw last night, and it is way better than you would ever think. But it's about extraterrestrial weed. Yeah,
That sounds great. Does it have kind of a Killer Clowns from Outer Space vibe to it?
No, not at all. It's
No, like
really
no camp
interesting.
whatsoever.
Not too much.
Okay.
It almost takes itself seriously, but they realize it's a ridiculous premise. But they're basically, the earth is seeded with weed, but there's some rules about it, and it's well done. There's some good scenes where the people are hallucinating, and well done. Gotta say. But not a lot of blood. There is some blood, but yeah. Then you go to let's go to the 70s and get into John Carpenter.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
His ilk. And then you got Friday the 13th. You got Wes Craven, who uses a lot of blood. Actually, Johnny Depp was in one of the bloodiest scenes, right?
Oh yeah, where he
He
gets
gets sucked into
pulled
the bed,
into the bed, and then
shoots it out.
Yeah. You know what? I think Friday the 13th was always pretty, like, at least until the final chapter.
Right.
It was pretty tame with the gore, like it wasn't an over excessive amount of blood.
No. Not too much. Of course, later on.
Well, you got it. That's how you keep people coming back to the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, even though Jason, didn't have a lot of too much blood, really.
Yeah.
Except when you got to outer space.
Yes.
A lot of blood there.
Killing what's his name from
Jason 10?
Yeah, in Jason 10, David Cronenberg, he kills David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, he does. Yes. Yeah, Cronenberg is good in a couple of his movies.
Yeah, his are
He's a freak. He's got to be a freak in real life.
Oh my God.
Body modification stuff, and
him and David Lynch both
serious.
Great filmmakers, but yeah. I don't know if I could hang out with them. They might be a little too weird for me.
A little weird. Still got blood on there. Oh, it's getting sticky. Oh.
Got to take a cold shower after this, right?
Yeah, that's right. I know, because it's gotten me so hot. Ah! And then, of course, let's go to movies with the word blood in them. Blood Simple.
Oh yeah, uh,
But there
not
wasn't that much
not
blood.
not that much blood. Even in the scene where the
His
beautiful
hand,
scene with his hand is
I
just
love
in
that.
the wall,
But it's
just a reasonable amount of blood.
he's got a glove on, right?
Yeah, okay, that's right. He
It's
had a
really
glove on.
great,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
that helps. Yeah.
But you know what does have a lot of blood by the Coens? Good old Fargo with the whole wood
Oh
chipper,
yeah, wood
literally. Oh
chipper.
yeah.
Yep, that's
Yep.
an excellent blood movie. Of course, Blood Feast,
Yeah, Blood
Blood
Feast,
Farmers,
Blood Diner, like we
Blood
mentioned.
Diner,
Oh, what else?
First Blood, Rambo, First Blood.
Not too much blood there.
Not
More
too much
bullet
blood.
holes than blood.
Yeah, yeah. Although is I don't know which one it was, maybe number 5 or something. It was like the modern reboot of Rambo when it took place in
Not the one that is
Thailand or
like
something.
coming out now, but
No, no,
yeah,
no, no, no.
it
Yeah,
happened like 2008, 2010 around then, right?
that's about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was real bloody. Okay, so that brings us to CGI blood. I'm
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever seen a really good CGI blood. It's just using
Yeah.
particle effects, and it's just does not never has the texture. It never gets me.
Yeah, I think the way they have to use CGI blood is more you can't use an over excessive amount. Like you using it in Piranha 3D or Sharknado, it looks
Yeah.
bad. It doesn't
Okay.
look great. Um, but when you use it subtly, when you use it like just a little bit is coming out, like when it's not really that important to the scene, just like
Yeah.
they're bleeding.
Yeah.
That's when I think it's good. But the best use of CGI blood I've seen, uncut gems.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The very last scene, you know,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
uh,
There's some blood in there. And
yeah, yeah, it's
CGI.
literally
Okay.
it's great, and great transition from going into the blood and then like
Yeah.
through the whole crystallization process and make minerals from the title sequence. Oh, it's beautiful. I
Oh,
love that film so much. If you haven't seen Uncut Gems,
see it.
that was the movie of 2019. Like Parasite was fantastic. It was amazing, but
Yeah.
oh my God, Uncut Gems
That was pretty damn good.
so snubbed by the Academy.
Yeah. And then the director.
Oh yeah, the Safdie brothers.
It's a brother team. Okay.
Yeah, the new they're like the new Coen
Yeah.
brothers, but
Yeah.
a little bit different, you know.
And then that Panos Cosmatos, which well, I'm really digging. Mandy with Nicholas Cage.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of blood in that.
And yeah,
A
I've seen
lot of blood.
screenshot. I've seen
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
shots of it, and I haven't seen it yet. But oh my God, looks crazy.
Yeah. It's very good.
Just the image of Nick Cage covered
Yes.
in blood with his eyes all
And he's
white
the
and a big
crazy.
old smile.
Right. 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 Yeah. So blood really does change the tone of a scene.
Yeah,
Without blood,
definitely.
we
Yeah.
wouldn't have. Just when I was showing my hand with all the blood on it, it like brought on like a little reaction from you, like
Hmm.
it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's like you're
And
injured.
also, yeah, when you think about it, like definitely quantity and quality of blood is going to be making huge differences. Like, oh, there's so much blood there to a point. It's like, is there even that much in the human body? You know, then that's going to pull you out of a movie. But if that's the whole point, if the movie's campy, if the movie's fun, it's gonna contain that. But when you see the more subtleties, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
then that's what can make a big difference.
yeah. Done well, a good blood scene can really make the difference in the whole aesthetic. I think Hammer for one is one of the greatest at using blood just because it's integrated into their characters and it just works so well. They just bring out this gothic and then they bring out the beautiful girls with heaving breasts and then they have the Dracula and the stakes and this whole thing. And I think part of the Hammer mystique is that the funniest thing, the hardest you ever laugh is like in a classroom when someone farts, or it's supposed to
Yeah.
be very serious, and then something untoward. That's
Yeah, it just takes the tension off. Yeah.
the Three Stooges, you know, at a dinner, a real fancy dinner, and then they
Yeah.
start eating the peas with a knife, or
A knife and fork. Yeah.
yeah, something about it, which is just
Mhm.
really great because of that dichotomy of the poor guy
Yeah.
and the rich
Oh
zone.
yeah. Now I'm curious, Rob. What's
Yeah.
your? I mean, blood. Everybody's gonna think Dracula.
Yeah.
What's your favorite incarnation of Dracula?
Favorite? I mean,
Blood aside. Blood
not
aside.
not a not a Hammer. I mean, just overall in general.
Either Hammer, either Bram Stoker's. Just any
Jeez.
incarnation ever. Nosferatu.
Hmm. I did like Nosferatu a lot. I liked I liked the one with Klaus Kinski. I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
it's a good one.
I like getting the character, although there is one Hammer one, and I think it's the horror of Dracula. There's one that really was so great because he seduced a priest to do his bidding, and the priest was fighting it with all his might and faith,
Hmm.
and he had to do it. He was like, "Oh, I must lure the girl out onto the balcony," and he's like, I think he just throws himself off
Yeah.
for something to get out of it. But really, that's one of my favorite. And also, I think it was The Brides of Dracula, which was when Cushing got bit. And I'll
Yeah.
never forget it as a kid because he got bit, but he could, like, if you cured it before the sun rose again, then you were okay. You wouldn't come back. Uh, and I just remember him in this. It might have been a windmill or something. It was a great little scene with all his wood, and he cauterized his neck, and I thought that was such a great scene. It's like, oh, he got bit, but if he cauterizes it, and then it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
yow.
Hmm.
So that was cool. I thought that was great because then there's cauterization too, which is kind of
That'll be another episode.
yeah, the cauterization. That's a Rambo thing. A lot of Rambo cauterizations.
Oh yeah. Even in Evil Dead, I'm pretty sure when he cuts off his
Yes,
hand, he has to cauterize it.
that's right. That's right. Yep. Remember, folks, if you cut your arm off, always cauterize it.
Cauterize it, it'll hurt,
Oh,
but
it will.
you'll die if you don't.
World War Z. It's another good
Yep.
cauterization.
Oh my God, yeah.
Hacks her hand off. But thanks, she gets killed anyway, I think. Anyway, most people die in that movie.
She didn't.
She
She
didn't?
got out. I'm pretty sure she got out.
Oh, okay.
They were in the hospital.
Oh,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
right. Yeah. Maybe she got out. She lost her hand, but whatever. Better than becoming a raging zombie.
Yeah, very true. I you know what? I think I'd try the zombie lifestyle personally.
You would
Something
try?
different.
I would try it, but only say I think there's I don't know if I was talking about this with you. I think maybe it was my son, Alex, your friend, Alex, who we were talking about basically the chart of zombies. Okay, are you slow? A slow zombie? Okay, then
Oh
you're
yeah.
down in this corner. Or are you fast? Okay,
Sprinting zombies, yeah.
right. Like 28 days later, or World War Z. And then are you smart? Are you
Land of the
stupid?
Dead, yeah.
Yeah, Land of the Dead was smart. Yeah. That's right, because they figured out the guns and the swimming or whatever. Yeah, or they figured they couldn't die because they could just walk on the bottom of the water. Right? Yeah. Uh, so I always found that interesting
Yeah. Yeah.
to get to. So like 28 days later, they were stupid, just driven by their what do you call that even for a zombie? It's not really their nature. I guess it is their nature.
Well, it's just kind of like, did they eat people, or was it just like a bite and done?
They bit them, but they really wouldn't consume them, right?
Yeah, it was more just like a virus trying to spread a virus, frenzied.
Yeah, because remember the guy, they did bend over the other guy and just kind of vomit blood into the mouth to spread it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They really wouldn't just chew them off.
Mm-hmm. I think it was the same way in World War Z too.
Yeah, that was the same thing. They would just kind of bite on you, but then that would be enough. And that was like, what, 12 seconds?
Yeah.
That was a nice scene there. The 12 seconds of some kid's song or something. They had his kid had either a book or something like that. It was an iPad maybe going, and it was saying 1, 2, 3, 4 ducks.
Oh, I think it was like a little stuffed animal.
Yeah. And then it counted to 12, and then it turns into a zombie. That was a great scene. I love that scene in New York City streets. And so it's the opposite of what we have now, which is more 28 days later, which is the streets which are abandoned.
Yeah.
Taken over again by coyotes, sheep, whatever.
We're kind of getting to that point pretty soon.
Well, they do. They did spot some coyotes in Chicago.
Yeah.
In the streets, which is cool.
Yeah.
You ever see that show, Life Without People?
Yeah, and just how literally nature takes everything back. Yeah. I'm hearing carbon emissions are kind of dropping already with less people driving around.
Way down.
Yeah.
The actual air it's clearer in LA.
I wouldn't know. I got kicked out of LA.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You were forced to leave.
Yeah, studying abroad, and then they're like, you gotta go.
So you're studying abroad, huh?
Well, it's studying abroad, Technically,
you'd like to study abroad.
Oh my god. It's a good one. That was a good one. I didn't get it at first.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yes.
As we all know, cornbread is notorious Lothario.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
He's the woman's.
I'm a real womanizer. What can I say?
Yeah.
I'm like the Jerry Lewis from Nutty Professor. Except the cool professor.
Not the nerd.
Nutty, not the nutty professor.
The nerdy professor? Or
no, I'm the cool professor, not the nutty professor.
Oh, it's like move over thumbs. Mood is wrong. You're that kind of guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, always raising an eyebrow up,
greasy,
being skeptical. Yeah,
grease back hair. Just slinking across the floor. Oh yeah.
Makes me want to wear a zoot suit.
Did he wear a zoot suit in there?
No, but he feels like he'd be wearing one,
He could be wearing one, yes. We have no commercials. No, there's no
sponsor this week.
Sponsor because they brought to you by coronavirus, I guess.
Yeah.
19.
Grandma, what's her name? I mean,
Mrs.
Howard's
holiday.
Yeah, she's been hit hard by the corona. I think she has corona.
She does, but
she's
like there's a lot of people that are older making it through, so that's
yeah, and
she can't lose her hearing or sight anyway.
What is actually working on a serum, and What is users will probably be the first to get to experience the anti-corona serum,
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. They're sending me to Cancun next.
Would you really be flying right now?
I'm taking a boat.
Okay, it's different, I guess.
Yeah.
A cruise, perhaps?
No. It's just a power boat.
Okay.
This,
Kind of like one of those
it's
Everglades boats with the big fan on the back.
yeah, but it's really fast and also self-driving. So I
Oh,
don't
very
need
nice.
anybody else to put anyone else at risk.
Very nice.
So it's going to take me to Cancun, and there I will spend a week on the beaches there. And
Probably not going to be too many people around there.
true,
The beach all to yourself.
that's true. That's true. I will go diving though,
Hmm.
snorkeling, and the fish, they don't care, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't. Whatever. Fish, they don't know what's going on anyway.
Oh yeah. They don't give a hoot. Stinking hoot.
Nah, forget about it. I know. Uh, so anyway, they're going to send me there, and I'll be back with the serum, I think.
Okay. First sneak peek at it. Very nice.
Yeah. Do not take that stuff that they're telling you, the chloroquine stuff. What is that? You hear about that? I
No,
think
I've not heard about that.
Mr. Prez was saying to take some stuff, but it's not tested.
It was probably some of Alex Jones supplements, you know?
Oh, that could be. Yeah. 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 A lot of weirdness happening in the uh, evangelical world, I guess we'll say.
Just the whole world.
The whole world, of course. But I think they're trying to pray it away, blow it away. One guy was just going, blow it away. It's not.
That's how you spread it. So many of these churches just staying open, spreading corona, like a corona pox party.
Yeah.
I think in 10 years they're going to be having corona parties like how we're having pox parties. You know what I mean?
I think so. A pox upon you. That's what that means. And no, don't do it. The choir practice, and was that one local? No, that was in California, I think. But the 50 members of this choir got together at church for practice, and they washed their hands and did all the things. They obviously didn't practice the distance thing.
Yeah, probably.
When you're singing, you're like going, a lot of spittle probably.
Mm. Well, you know,
I think half of them are tested positive, and a couple have died already. So not good.
Please practice social distancing.
Well, and if they'd only been told to wear masks,
or just skip choir practice for a week.
I know, what the hell,
for a month.
Well,
it's crazy.
I think people are very selfish that way. They're figuring their social life is worth more than the news of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't.
People are dying.
Yeah. Being kind of an isolated person myself, it kind of gets hard, because if you're already isolated, then
you're more isolated. Yeah.
Yeah. I know for some people, I know they're kind of the artistic kind, are kind of in the introversion part of the scale. I think at first it was really great.
Yeah.
Particularly
gamers.
Yeah, gamers. Leave me alone.
Hey, I've been doing this for years.
Right. Exactly. Dungeons and Dragons. You're doing some hard games and stuff. Yeah. Now it's time to bring out the big board and get your wizard, level up with some silver, mine some silver, and level up.
Yeah.
Are you playing any of that Dungeons and Dragons or what?
Actually, I am. I had a session last night.
There you go.
You don't even need to be in person. You can do it over Discord, do it over Zoom, do it anywhere.
Okay. It's not the same though, without the bunch of guys.
It's faster actually.
Is it?
So you won't see me complaining too much.
Oh, all right. There you go. Straight from cornbread. It's better.
Yeah, I think it's better.
I'm giving music lessons. My first ones remotely are going to be tomorrow, so
it's going to be interesting to see how that translates.
It will be. I've got my down-looking camera there,
There you go. Yeah.
So, damn, virtual background is. Or that's what I like.
That's where you'll be in a week's time.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Just living it up on the beach.
Living it up.
Me, I'll just be exploring my forest, and that's all I need right now.
Oh right. Yeah, that cabin's really doing some major polluting too. Look at the smoke coming out of that chimney.
Hey, like my carbon footprint, the house was made by hand. I think my carbon footprint's pretty considerably small.
It'll take years to catch up to that for the output of smoke that's coming out of there.
Literally, the amount of smoke coming out of that chimneys through my lifetime will be equivalent to a 3-minute plane ride.
Okay.
Or about 30 seconds of burnt fuel on a cruise.
Oh my God, yeah. Imagine what those, plus the whatever waste they have on board.
Oh yeah.
Imagine all the food that's wasted on a cruise.
Oh my God, cruise industry's getting hit pretty hard by all this, but at the same time, like, it's
about
not
time
that
it
great.
got hit.
Yeah, like
no one wants to.
No one should be going on cruises. It's how diseases spread.
It's always been like that.
The amount of oil that they burn, it's just oof.
Yeah, it's kind of
wasteful, huge waste.
Very wasteful. And there could be a lot of blood on that ship.
Oh yeah.
Poseidon Adventure.
Oh my God, yeah. Love it with Richard Dreyfuss.
Really?
Pretty sure he's the remake that came out in like 2000.
Oh, I'm thinking
2000
Borgnine,
something.
Hackman, Winters.
No. I didn't. That wasn't my Poseidon Adventure.
Oh,
mine was with, I'm pretty sure, Richard Dreyfuss. I think he was in it. I want to say he was in it.
I don't know. I'm not going to check.
Me neither.
It's not worth it.
Just take our word for it. He was in it.
All right. Well, Dreyfuss was in Jaws, which had a good amount of blood.
Oh my God, yeah. Quint, R.I.P.
Yeah. And there are some funny kind of analogs to that current situation. I think it was, so what's his name? Quint? Dreyfuss's? Quint?
Oh, yeah. There's Quint Hooper and Brody. Yeah,
right. Brody's the cop, right?
Captain Brody. I think it was Captain Brody.
So yeah. So anyway, Dreyfuss's character is basically Fauci in the current situation, telling everyone that it's coming down, and then the mayor is like Trump. It's like, oh, it's okay, everything's all right, no problem, keep the beaches open. And then what else was that? There were a couple others. I forget what the other ones were.
But it's 4th of July weekend. We can't have these people staying in. Yeah. They got to go out, buy concessions, make this town some money.
And you can understand that, concept, basically. It's like things are really grinding to a halt. I mean,
yeah.
Look, if it was that or
dead,
I think I'd pick the other one. You just got to figure out a way to soften
make it work.
Blow. Yeah. And then people are going to figure it out and probably never go back to the way it was.
I think it will. We will be back to the way it was. Like
maybe
to a certain degree. I mean, things will be different, but it's not going to be like this forever. If it is,
forget about it.
People, if it's like this more than a year, people are gonna say, "Fuck it, I'm going outside. I don't give a fuck anymore."
Oh yeah, no way.
Yeah.
I don't think we're apexed quite yet. I think New York is.
Oh, they got hit so hard.
Oh, damn! Did they get hit hard? Long Island, I think, is really bad. New York City, they got hit real bad, and I was just looking at the stats, which I like to look at, and I think it was a few days ago. I was looking at, because I love numbers, and when it hit
Real nerd.
yeah, I was waiting for it to hit 1 million. The total cases
Oh, yep.
worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Say, oh wow! And so when that happened, we had 250,000. So we had a quarter of the world's cases. I think it's
Yeah. I
gone
think
up
we're at a seventh or
seventh
something like
now.
that. Maybe a seventh of deaths. I think it is.
Okay, that could be, but I think we have more than a quarter of the total world
cases. Yeah, confirmed cases. I don't know if as many
yeah, who
countries are
knows
getting confirmed. Yeah.
what numbers, because no one's getting tested. So
Yeah.
the thing you got to do, you see, this is bringing it back to the film world. You got in any kind of contagion movie, right? You've got to test, you've got to isolate, and then you can worry about the cure. But if you know who's sick, in this case, if we knew exactly who was sick right now, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have to be doing this.
Worried about this, yeah.
Right?
Could isolate them, but no, you don't got that luxury, sadly.
Yeah, you got a big pit that you put those people in.
Let them figure it out.
Yeah, let them, God, sort them out. The South Korea did a great job of testing.
Oh yeah, they
You see their curve?
insane.
It was like it went
up, and then it's
ours is still
we're still
out there.
I think it was either today or yesterday that we finally had less new cases for the first time since.
All right. So we could be just.
Oh yeah, we could be peaking. Yeah, I think we're peaking right now, which is a great sign.
That is good.
That means hopefully this only lasts until July.
Jesus.
June, July.
Can't stay inside for that long.
We'll go for a walk.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm walking. Believe me. Because the beach here is so nice.
Oh yeah, walk on the beach, beautiful.
Yeah, no. So we'll make it through this. What the hell? I am getting some things done. How about you? You getting? Oh, I had. All right. So before you answer that, let me just share, because I am getting some things done. One is thinking about ridiculous movie ideas.
Oh, okay.
So let me throw this past you. And then anyone out there, if you write it, I want credit. I want to be executive producer. Okay. I'm throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, write it. See who wins. All right. So this is the idea. It's a cult. And, it's a typical cult with a guy at the head of it. Who wants to get lots of ladies together in one area. That's not too uncommon, right, for a movie?
Yeah, I think that was Postal.
Was it?
Postal?
Oh, okay. All right.
Or like that's not the premise of the film. It's just incorporated
part of it. Okay.
Yeah, like a guy has a compound full of beautiful women that he bones because he just wants to bone women,
Okay. Well, right. So imagine a cult, though, and it's got, he's using, so he has to isolate them, right?
Yeah.
So this place that he chooses is an old abandoned plantation out in Louisiana. Think of
Louisiana, yeah.
Louisiana, way out there on the bayou in the middle there. And so that's pretty much act one. You set that up. Maybe we have our protagonist as a girl from the inner city. Somehow she's lost her way, gets lured into this thing. Act one set up. She's there. Act two, we're showing the brutality of the whole thing. It looks good at first. Now, right at the cusp of act three, we find out, there's probably a couple of hints before this, but the plantation is haunted by slaves.
Ooh.
Okay. So
that's a great mixing of genres between cult movie and ghost movie.
Right. So I figured it would be cool to have this guy getting away with some crap in the beginning, but then you build up a hate for him, which is always a good thing. Then the slave girl ghost is talking to
the girl that just
protagonist
got,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like lure him in here, and then things start happening, and then I don't know the ending yet, but you'll have to watch the movie.
Oh yeah.
But I thought it was
I
a
like
good
that
mix.
premise. That's a very good premise.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
It's called Bayou.
Bayou.
No, BYYOU.
Bayou.
Bayou?
Bayou? Oh,
Question
okay.
mark.
Bayou? Okay.
No. I don't know. Could be actually. It could have been a Jordan Peele movie in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you got to propose it to Monkey
Okay.
Paw
Okay.
production company.
That's his production company.
Yeah. Send an email.
Well, I know him personally, so.
Oh, there you go.
Jordy, I got an idea for you.
Hey, Jordy, I just came up with this new idea. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Back to the Future.
The pitch.
It's me, your cousin,
Yeah.
Rob Peel.
Oh, that's right, Rob Peel. Yeah, right. Nod.
God.
Yeah, that was really tacky.
No, I love it. I love that.
Yeah, don't presume the audience is stupid.
No, I love presuming the audience is stupid.
Oh,
over-explaining. The audience is stupid. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're going out spending money to buy a movie ticket.
Like
Idiots. This is how I'm going to make my money.
Like in The Matrix, they're explaining they're down in the Nostromo or whatever the hell that ship is called, and then the tentacly things come along.
Yep.
We got an EMP that'll do it. It's an EMP is electromagnetic pulse.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, don't explain it to people.
Fries robots.
Whatever. Yeah. It's a big electrical thing. It'll mess them up. We don't need to know.
Yeah.
I need to know, right?
Yeah, I don't need to know. No.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't explain. Don't explain. That's a new Who song. Don't explain. Don't explain. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know that one?
I remember the first version. Can't explain a little bit more.
Can't explain was the first, and then don't explain is the second one. Yeah. So I don't know, where are we? I'm trying to find, because all my eyes are not working. I don't know how long.
All 5 of your eyes.
There's no time thing on here. It just says recording.
Yeah.
But I think
we've probably been recording over an hour. Yeah.
Over an hour, which is interesting because the Zoom, apparently, if you don't have the premium, it only
cuts it
minutes,
off.
But it, I think they're allowing just to get people in.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sucking you in. So I don't know what I was going to ask you. What are you doing in this time?
I'm just trying to graduate at this point, Okay. Doing all my remote learning, just trying to survive,
All right.
Nothing too special.
Oh, okay. So you're not working on the...
I mean, I got my scripts, but it's all far off,
All right.
Yeah, was doing some internships in LA, but obviously those have been postponed.
Boy. That sucks, man, especially right around... I know for my son Alex and daughter, they're both seniors.
Yeah. Anyone that's a senior right now looking to graduate, anything.
Really have the experience they were looking for.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah. Although I'm sure everybody's going to be very understanding of all this. Can't really blame anybody for not having experience right out of graduation, considering there's a friggin' pandemic.
Right. Well, that's the thing that I do like. It's like, people are going to be more forgiving on.
Or at least they should be. And if they're not,
it should be.
If they're not, hey, this is what revolutions are for, right?
Well, there you go.
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake.
And off with your head, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, off with the head. So this is Rob, and blood is a way of life.
Yeah.
We showed you some real blood. I'll post the recipes up there for you on our Facebook page. What am I, Johnny Carson? And we got cornbread over in Minnesota.
I don't want to disclose my location.
I can see why. They might get you.
Yeah, I don't want any visitors. You know, like if you sneeze on me, I'll shoot on sight.
Oh, okay. You sound like Mark Wahlberg and Sniper.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah.
If you sneeze on me, I'll shoot on sight. That sounds more like John Wayne. Pilgrim.
Pilgrim. Yeah. So from both of us to all of you, have a great night and
stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye.